Update 1.5 just dropped for anime Vanguards, and we are going to be making a tier list with every single unit in the game. Let's mix these up so it's a little bit more fun than them just being in straight up chronological order. Not chronological, but you get what I mean, from like best to worst. Boom, boom, boom. We're not going to take too long. This video won't take too much of your time apart from exactly 8 minutes. Let's get started. Gojo, S tier. One of the best units in the game. Nuke ability. Not a nuke. He has full AoE on max. And he has a time stop freeze ability, which also buffs him. One of the best units in the game. Igris, S tier. He is also full AoE, good damage, and he synergizes with Sungjin Woo, which makes him even better. Naruto, ass. He's a rare. Go figure. Akaza. Ooh, your boy's getting B tier. Akaza's not that good, I'm gonna keep it a buck. His passives are niche at best, and his attack patterns, although I can commend them for trying to do something different with the little weird sausage looking thing, he's mid. Cha-In. She's getting B tier, but she's top of B tier. She does kind of full AoE with her final attack. Her passives are really good. She has an innate crit chance. I think she's incredibly underrated, but I can't in good conscience give her A tier because there are units that I believe are just outright better than her. Bean. You can either put this guy in support because he's a bleed unit, or you can just put him in C tier because he's legendary. Chozo, S tier. I think Chozo is incredibly good. He is basically an Alucard replacement, full AoE, bleed damage, good damage over time. Probably one of the best bleed units in the game. If you don't have Alucard, you're gonna need Chozo. Goku Black. Another legendary unit, another C tier. Diavolo, S tier. This guy is pretty good. Now, a lot of people are saying that he sucks. And my counter argument to that would be, a dev told me he doesn't suck. So I'm going to go with the dudes who made the game versus the dudes who didn't make the game. But if you want me to give you my logical reasoning behind it, his passives are pretty good. He has an ability where he just stops something, I don't know. Epitaph of Tomorrow is one of his abilities where he has a 100% dodge chance, and if an enemy hits him, he repels 50% of the damage. He also does more damage if a boss is on screen. And then his third ability is his big, like, domain. Well, it's not a domain expansion, but it's his cool cutscene ability. All in all, I don't know a whole lot about him. I just know enough to know that he's S tier. I've seen showcases on him. I've seen, like, his damage numbers. And although his damage numbers are... I don't know about that damage. We're gonna give him the benefit of the doubt and put him in S tier. How high do I think he's in S tier? Okay, I think he's better than Chozo and Igris. But I don't know if he's better than Gojo. In fact, I don't think he's better than Gojo. Next up, Nobara. Another C tier unit. Okoran is A tier. He is an S tier because he's line AoE and his damage isn't all that. But he has some pretty decent passives and pretty good damage. Just not enough to hang out with the big boys in the S tier. Alucard, S tier. Better than Igris, for sure. Better than Diavolo, I don't know. I'm going to say no. And the reason for that is just because... Actually, I don't know. He could be better than Diavolo. It really depends on what situation you're using him for. His bleed gives you a level of versatility Diavolo never will be able to. For now, I'm just going to put him right below Diavolo. Rengoku is A tier. Do I think he's better than Okuran? Honestly, yeah. I think Rengoku is better than Okuran. Yuji, I don't know why you're here. I think you're just an extra. Because Sukuna should be over here somewhere. Yeah, he's right there. We're just going to ignore Yuji. Joe Goat is A tier. And I'm going to put him above Okuran just because he has an ability. That ability turns him into full AoE. And he's meta burn. Obito, you're getting B tier. But you're better than Akaza. Actually, no, you're not. You don't even do that much damage. But you're alright. Sungjin Woo, you used to be S tier. Now you're A tier. Yeah, I'd put you top of A tier, like, I don't know, maybe low S. Update 0, you would have been S tier, but times are changing, and you are slowly but surely getting power crept. Tengen is still an S tier unit. Between Tengen and Chozo, it's interchangeable, but I'm going to go with Chozo above Tengen, just because, number one, the bleed is more versatile. Number two, at the end of the day, they both become full AoE units. And number three, I feel like end game, I would rather have a Chozo with the bleed damage over time than a Tengen with full AoE. That's just my personal opinion though. Speedwagon, meta support, absolutely need him. Toto, after this dude was in that one tournament, I never liked him. But he's B tier, he's alright. He's probably better than Akaza. Vegeta, S tier. In fact, he is S tier, way above both of these two. And depending on who you're asking, he's S tier above Igris too, but I'll play it safe. I'll just give him S tier. Why is he S tier? He's cheap, multi-hit, amazing damage, amazing boss damage, amazing boss damage. He does double damage to bosses essentially. This guy is an absolute must-have unit no matter what. He has been a GOAT since Update 0, and he will continue to reign supreme until they add something better than him. And if they do, that is going to be some crazy power creep. Mimi, or Momo, she's not that good. At least from the showcases that I've seen. I'm just going to give her top of B tier for now. Don't know a whole lot about her, but her damage just isn't there from what I'm seeing. Even when she's evolved, her damage just isn't there, so that's what she's going to get. Inosuke, you're not a Mythic plus unit. You're getting C tier. Pain, bro's a support. He pushes enemies back. Goku, D tier. Hakura Rin, support. One of the best supports in the game. She's one of the only buff units in the game. In fact, I think she's the only buff unit in the game. So yeah. Grimjow, another day, another C tier. Queenie, bruh, I love saying that name. Queenie. Like, it just rolls off the tongue. Anyways, he's A tier. The reason both of these guys are kind of held back is because they're line AoE. None of them are full AoE or circle AoE or even cone AoE would have been better than line. But, you know, y'all are both going to stay chilling in the A tier. I think he is marginally better than Okarun though, at least from what I've heard. Are either of these... I mean, I guess I'll put Rengoku below... Like, nah, I think this is fine. Ichigo, D tier, you're a rare. Vegeta, D tier, you're a rare. Inumaki, support. He pushes enemies back similar to Pain. Kizaru, probably the best legendary in the game for starters, so we're going to put him in C tier. Sasuke, another support unit. Zion, meta burn, I believe. That's what he is, but he's not like... I don't even know if I want to put him above Jogo. Like, I was hating on Jogo way too much. He is low-key goated. I'm going to put him bottom of A tier. Beast Naruto gets bottom of B tier. If, like, I know every single time that I put Beast Naruto at the bottom of B tier, someone is going to come defending this unit with their life. They're going to tell me, Perry, you're underrating this guy. If you actually look at the damage calculator and look at his DPS every 3.4 seconds when the moon is full, you'll actually come to realize that you're a stupid idiot who should have placed him in the S tier and I hate you. Like, I don't care, bro. I'm putting him in B tier no matter what. This dude is not all that. Even when you max him out, what is he? Oh, he's a circle AoE with a okay passive that buffs his damage. Well, guess what? Every single unit in A tier, I would rather use any unit in A tier before I use Beast Naruto. That's just the fact of the matter. And I would probably use most units that are above Naruto in the B tier than Naruto himself. Maybe not Akaza, because I don't know, he's weird to play with. But you get what I'm trying to say. Takarada, another support unit who is an absolute must-have. He is one of the 2 farm units in the game. You should absolutely get him. Crocodile, meta. Well, he's not meta slow, but he is an extremely good slow unit for starters. Super cheap, multi-hit, and he slows. Sakura, another support unit that I'm not going to say she's a must-have. Her use case is pretty niche because she undoes stun, which is good for literally one map, and that is the Demon Slayer raid map. Gaara, D tier. You're an epic. Sanji, D tier, you're a rare. I meant to say C tier for Gaara, sorry. Zenitsu, C tier, but slightly above these two because you stun, I guess. Gon, another day, another C tier. I'll put you right next to Goku Black. Genos, D tier. Not D tier, C tier. But he breaks shields, so I guess I'll put him slightly above these two. The Grandma. I've seen gameplay of her. She does like 12k damage at max. And her passives are okay. So, I'll put her top of B tier. Give her top of B tier. Sasuke, D tier, you're a rare. Julius, my goat. My goat. I'm gonna put you in S tier. And for anyone that wants to come in here and argue with me that he shouldn't be in S tier because he's a support unit, which means that you need to put him in support and not with the S tier units. I don't care. He does good damage and he has probably some of the most unfair passives in the game. Not unfair in the sense that he's just outright better than everyone in S tier, but every single time he attacks, he buffs his own damage and his own range. That is like so simplistic, but it's so good. And no other unit has that. And I know why they don't want to have any other unit to have that passive, because they want to keep making all of their passives unique. So now that they gave this to Julius, well, I'm not going to promise you, but I'm 99% sure no other unit will have a passive that makes it so they just get a permanent buff on every attack as good as Julius does. Because if they do, people are going to start complaining that they're reusing passives. Julius just has such universally good passives, plus good damage, plus he slows. I honestly think it's a disservice to put him in support tier when he does as much as he does with the damage that he has. He deserves S tier in my opinion, and I'm going to stand by that. Sukuna, S tier, probably S tier above Diavolo too. Killua, support. Itachi, C tier because you're a legendary. Well, who is this dude? Bro, like, this is the GOAT. This is the greatest teacher in all of anime. This is Kakashi. Why am I forgetting this? Yeah, you're C tier though. You're an epic. Nezuko, you're also C tier. You're an epic. Piccolo, you're also C tier. You're an epic. Shinji, you're also C tier. You're an epic. Oh my god, bro. I keep mixing these two up. This is Joseph Joestar. No. I will get this right. I just need to rack my brain a little bit. This dude, the big muscular dude. His name. What is his name? Jonathan! This is Jonathan Joestar. This is Joseph Joestar, and you will both be in D tier. Okay, there we go. I finally remembered it. God. You know, people are going to call me a fake JoJo fan, but I promise I watched parts 1 through 5. I promise. Luffy, D tier. Rukia, D tier. Toji, my goat. You're not... I don't love you as much as I love Julius, but you're pretty cool. You're going to get S tier, probably above... I'm not going to put you above Vegeta, but I'll definitely put you above Toji, solely because... Not Toji. I'll put you above Choji. Chozo, oh my god. It is 10 a.m. and I've made like 6 videos in the past 5 hours. My brain is not at its peak capacity right now. Anyways, I'm going to put you above Chozo because of your innate shield breaking ability, which comes incredibly in clutch for Paragon and tournaments and whatever niche case scenario that you might want to use him in. He's really, really good. Good damage, decent attack patterns. His passive with the cursed inventory is pretty cool. Not much more to be said about him. Anyways, this is the tier list for update 1.5. I tried to go as fast as I could for this tier list. I'm sorry if it went over the 8 minutes that I planned it to, but I tried to keep it as straightforward and good as I could. Before I finish the tier list, let me reorder supports in the list that I think you should get them. I think you should get the 2 farm units first, above everything else. Then go for Hakura Rin if you don't. Actually, you can't even get her anymore. So I'm putting her all the way in the bottom. Not because she's a bad support unit, she's still incredibly good, but she's just unobtainable to the new player. So I can't in good conscience put her, like, tell you, oh, get her right now. Like, you can't. You literally can't. Alright, so after the 2 farm units, I'm going to suggest you get yourself Sakura and Crocodile because you might need her, and Crocodile is a really, really good slow. After that, get yourself Sasuke because he's a very, very good slow. Probably the best slow, so I guess I'll put him above these two. And after that, get yourself Inumaki because I think he's marginally better than Pain at what he does. Get yourself a Pain, get yourself Killua for the shield break and the stun if you ever need him in tournaments. Sometimes people use them. And if you have Hakura Rin, you already have her. If you don't, you don't. It's too late to get her now anyway, so she's going to be right there. That is my tier list for update 1.5. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you disagreed or think there's anything I could have done to improve the tier list, please let me know because I am making this incredibly early. Earlier than I should, to be honest. But I've seen enough gameplay and showcases of these two to give a somewhat honest and accurate opinion on where I think they would be placed in the tier list. Diavolo, this is a gamble. People are either going to flame me in the comments or they're going to, you know, praise me as a prophet, as someone who predicted the future and knew how good Diavolo was. But we'll see. This is my tier list for now. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more content, and we'll catch you in the next one. Oh, and subscribe.